A touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
We want this.
Shoot.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Well, this Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl.
Look at me, zipper.
Y'all playing the wrong.
On third down, Herbert, and he's got the completion to Hopkins. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 36-yard
line. Running on first down, Eckler. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, man, watch the boot.
This is Kelly looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Back to throw. Herbert. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. Looking to throw. Herbert, he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
61, snap.
Back to throw. Herbert. And oh, what a catch there by Allen.
Down. Hands too small. Topper.
You get right,
Get it.
2nd and 2. And a catch made by Hopkins. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Anthony Walker, the other Colts linebacker with over 100 tackles a year ago, making the play there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Indy.
Time to go, night. Mike, 55. Right there.
Shoot.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Herbert. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And this one is right down Broadway. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
All right, 390.
Check back.
Split.
Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Keep it skinny. Hey, echo.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking for Campbell downfield. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10.
Check 13.
180. Left. Hey, high 7.
To throw again. Rivers. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Hey, Alpha.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
On second down, Eckler. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Back at the 36-yard line.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey.
I'm here all day. Right there, 54.
Hey, orbit.
Hey, that's scared.
Go.
Back to throw. Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the... And that's caught inside the 35. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's first and 10.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
General West.
Let's go.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Ready?
On second down now. It's Kelly. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, LA! A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Hey, wahoo!
To throw again on second down. Rivers looking deep for Hilton. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, 12. X3, 218, chopper. White. Hey, seam 6.
From the gun, Rivers. This is Johnson. He's got it. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A gain of 15. First down, Indianapolis.
Set, green 80. White 90. Cluster. White.
Rivers on 1st down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Rivers. He's going to walk one deep left side here. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake, Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Rivers is going to stay out there. They're going to try for this thing on 4th down.
22 jet bombers. Red. Hey, Charlie.
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but do you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that is.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 36 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
Hey, Rocket!
3rd and long for Rivers. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
On 4th down, they snap it to Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
On the double.
55. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Get it.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. And that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. To throw on 2nd down. Herbert to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
No. Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And he gets this up just shy of the 15. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 1st down, Hines. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Hines.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Hines. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Hines. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. They go play action. Rivers finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They go play action here on 1st down. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Forced out to his left. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. This goes to Mack on the check down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Rivers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. To throw is Rivers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Joey Bosa. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. 9 seconds to play. Likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A final shot before break. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, box truck.
A final shot before break. Herbert. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. A huge play that time for the Colts. 44 yards on the ground. He won't go down. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines. 31 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Colts offense cashes in with 6. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, at any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. Looking to throw. Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Going deep for... And that's caught inside the 35. And that one results in 35 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. From the gun. Herbert. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Darius Leonard just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Just like that.
Just like 89.
They begin the drive with Hines. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They run with Hines. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, Rivers. He's got Burton here. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And again the footwork. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. 25.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Red Delta! 80 weapon. Buzz. Check right. Watch it.
The first down throw here for Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Hey, Haywood!
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rivers going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darius Leonard picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12.
Motion.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And it's complete. Henry. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw. Herbert, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 16.
Bravo!
Check 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike.
From the gun, Herbert. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey, Delta! Hey! High 7.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers. And an alley to run. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
They'll run on 1st down. Kelly, and he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure. Now a toss play to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down.
Come on, set. 60 yards.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Get it.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll go again with Kelly. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Down. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie.
Check 55 to Mike.
Hit it.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Chargers were best in the NFL, 7 of 8 on fourth down last year, and they're going here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. On fourth down, Herbert. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Kelly to try to punch it in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. Now 24. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Kill.
On first down, Hines. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down and 4, Rivers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. On third down, Rivers. He's got his tight end, Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Rivers now to throw on first down. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You better break it. Red! Bust the right. Hey, orbit.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marcus Johnson, 31 yards. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Check 43.
Left.
49 to Mike. Not here. Mike's 49. Mike's 49.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Watch the run. Slant.
They'll try to run it with Mack. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Come on now, let's go.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys.